OK, let's talk Arsenal now. There's plenty of Arsenal stories around in the papers this morning. And this is the story in the Sunday Times. Jonathan Northcroft, a regular on this programme. He says that Arsenal have targeted the German national team manager, Joachim Low, to replace Arsene Wenger at the end of his contract. Matt, are Arsenal really looking that far ahead for the replacement for Arsene Wenger? And Ivan Gazidis, the chief executive, already talking about it with his with the owner, Stan Kroenke.
Yeah, I think they're considering what they would do if. I mean, PSG have long been sniffing around Wenger and are prepared to offer vast amounts of money towards him. Wenger always says he'll see out his contract, but that contract at the moment expires in 2014.
Yeah.
And they haven't started talks over a new one yet. So any sensible business would probably now start formulating a plan for if he were to go, whether it be, you know, in 6 months or 12 months or whatever. And what I do know for a fact is that they have discussed within Arsenal the fact that if and when Wenger does go, they will look very much for a kind of like-for-like, same philosophy. They've discussed whether they would change philosophy, and they've come back to the fact that they wouldn't, and they would go for that like-for-like. And Joachim Low, on the outside, would kind of fit that profile, I think.
Has he done a club job?
Yeah, he has. Yeah, he's managed
for a long time.
Yeah, he's
but not
managed.
When was the last?
Fenerbahce.
When was the last time he did?
Austria Vienna in 2004. So it's a long time. But
time ago,
his record with the German national team: final of Euro 2008, semi-finals of the World Cup 2010, semi-finals Euro 2012 as well.
But it's going with someone who's not done a club job for
a long time,
and you know, sort of consistent Champions League record of success and so on is definitely, there's an element of risk to that, no doubt about it, however good a job he's done with the national team.
You'd have thought as well a lot of clubs would start looking at Low after the World Cup, because there is a feeling he might go after the World Cup.
That's what he says.
Yeah. And he's been one who's been linked before with Chelsea, Real Madrid, clubs like that. And Arsenal these days aren't quite the draw they maybe used to be, and you know, there might be kind of fourth down a pecking list for some of these top managers.
Fits the profile though, because I mean, you guess if Wenger is going to have a managed departure, if you like, you know, and comes to the end of a contract, he'll want his involvement in who comes afterwards. And Low has been deeply involved in the whole restructuring of German football, and has obviously made the best of it with that team. I mean, it helps that he's got some terrific players at his disposal, but the Germans are certainly making the most of the restructuring that they did, aren't they? You know, and in that way, he would fit the ideals of what Arsenal say they are as well.
Arsenal have also kind of become very infatuated with German football in the way that Wenger, when he first came over, was very into the French market and the French African market. The German market is something now they look to an awful lot in terms of signings.